Greetings, fellow YouTubians. I thought that I would take advantage of this answers video in order to give some shoutouts to some fellow YouTubers who surprisingly either have less subscribers or less upload views than my own channel. And I find that completely unacceptable. And I'm going to make my effort to attempt to remedy that situation. The YouTubers who I'm going to mention, I'm going to have recent examples of videos of theirs which I found interesting down in the Gehenna bar. Kevin Anity, Modern Deism, My Intellectual Journey, Scone, Mason, Soretta, Yuki, and The Laughing Out. Now, to your questions. John C.R. Warner asks, your bedroom is always immaculate and Spartan. My desk and bedroom are a mess. How do you do it? And where are all your books, etc.? 2 words, camera tricks. Now, I know that there may be some borderline OCD people who now, when they're watching one of these videos, they're going to attempt to mentally find out what's beyond the scope of where I have this camera pointed. Ryan M. Shepard 92 asks, what do you do for a living? I work in technical support for a web hosting company. Politically, where do you stand? I recently took the political compass test, and I will link to that as well. Now, on a scale of positive 10 is the farthest to the right, and negative 10 is the farthest to the left. On economic issues, I was a negative 5.38, and on social issues, I was negative 6.87. So, fairly left-leaning both economically and socially. Narcissa the Cat asks, are you American or European? I am American. Do you believe in extraterrestrial life? While I believe it's possible that life exists on other planets in the universe, possibly even intelligent life, I do not believe that intelligent life has visited this planet. Do you like ghost stories and such, and do you think they exist? While I can enjoy ghost stories and horror stories, for the emotions and the motifs they evoke, I don't believe ghosts exist. Even while I was a Christian, I didn't believe ghosts existed. Lieber Anarchy asks, do you have any pets? I have 2 cats. What are their names? Their names are Heather and Mr. Molly. You see, Mr. Molly was originally just Molly, and when he was going to be fixed, I found out that she was a he. So, the name stuck though, Mr. Molly. Favorite animal? I'm not sure that I have a favorite animal. It's not something that I particularly think about. Although I could mention owls as an example. Do you have any political affiliations? No. I was originally registered as a Republican, which probably would have been somewhat expected given my upbringing, but I deliberately re-registered as an independent. One, to keep the political literature and phone calls from reaching me, and 2, I just felt that it would be better for me to attempt to vote for candidates based on their positions on issues rather than party loyalty. Austrian economics, do you love it? I know nothing about Austrian economics. I'm sorry. Aldous Valor asks, cats or dogs? Cats, boxers or briefs? Doesn't matter. Chocolate or vanilla? Vanilla. Aldous Valor, good YouTuber or great YouTuber? I don't appreciate sycophantic questions, so I am going to abstain from answering this. Mr. Frank 1701 asks, Star Wars or Star Trek? Star Wars, particularly The Empire Strikes Back. Smart Warlord asks, what states and countries have you been to either on vacation or on business? I have only visited one foreign country, Mexico, which was during missions trips. The states which I have visited, I'm not going to count states which I've driven through, would be California, Nevada, Tennessee, Wisconsin, Wyoming, Utah, and Texas. Those are the states which have actually visited. Artiatan asks, have you ever considered lighter shade or even rimless glasses? I used to have wireframe glasses which were in lighter shades, sometimes lighter browns. I think at one point I had an olive green. But this time I wanted to try something completely different, and I liked it. No, I've never considered rimless glasses because I don't like how they look personally, and they seem particularly fragile. What genre of movie would you say you prefer to watch the most, and why? I suppose I have a taste for the dramatic, so I'm going to go with drama. And I guess that would just be, I like particularly drama which plumbs the depths of characters and makes characters which have weaknesses or inconsistencies. Why is it that the most balanced set of questions is a comment in a comment section seems to come in threes? That's from your biblical indoctrination. Tattoo Skin 72 asks, what would you do with 3 wishes? Well, if I could literally do anything with these 3 wishes, I would probably make it so humans did not require a respiratory system, a digestive system, an immune system, an endocrine system, and so forth. That they wouldn't need any of these systems in order to function and remain alive. I think that would change things considerably. And I haven't really thought about that at length, but that's just something that I thought of because if these systems are eliminated, then it also eliminates the possible problems which occur with these systems. I suppose also something extremely altruistic like world peace, something generic like that. And, if it's not possible to get rid of digestive systems, then eliminating world hunger would be another one, or eliminating all diseases. I think that may be more than 3. That's what I thought of. The Mudbrooker asks, if you could have dinner with any 12 historical figures, who is the person you would cook and serve as the main course without telling your guests? The Apostle Paul. John C.R. Warner asks, you focus on the Bible to a great deal. What non-biblical topics do you feel able to share in videos? I suppose that over the years I've had an interest in film, in movies, and I have my particular favorite directors. If I were to name my holy trinity of film directors, it would probably be David Lynch, the Coen brothers, and John Cassavetes. And I will name 2 films from each director, which I would consider my personal favorites. Not necessarily what received the most critical reception. For David Lynch, my 2 favorite films would be Mulholland Drive and The Straight Story. Yes, The Straight Story. For the Coen brothers, my favorite films would be The Man Who Wasn't There and Fargo. And for John Cassavetes, my favorite films would be Love Streams and The Killing of a Chinese Bookie. Also, I've been rather faithfully following the last 3 seasons in particular of NBA basketball, and I also know quite a bit about NBA basketball history. For the last 3 seasons, I've been involved in different NBA fantasy leagues, and that's probably going to be the same case in this season also. So if anybody wants to talk about NBA basketball, I would be able to do that also. Now, I thought that the other series of questions which were asked would be more appropriate in a different video, which I will make an upload shortly after this one, so stay tuned.